Hello there guys and welcome back. This is my fault part 2 and we'll continue reading. Sorry for the outro last time, it was a bit too long. It was a minute long, it should have been a little longer, a bit shorter and let's get this party started. Oh yeah, okay. My fault. Come on, Rarity. You promised me that you'd come and watch me fly. Absolutely not, Rainbow Dash. Have you seen what the weather team has scheduled out there for tomorrow? I actually sound like a rarity. Oh my god, I did not know that. High winds. Can you imagine what that would do to my cough? Not to mention the horrid smell from the fields that they'll bring with them. Rarity turned up her nose in a dramatic fashion and turned away from the cyan Pegasus that stood in her doorway. I'm sorry, Rainbow Dash, but it will have to wait for another day. The tone of her finalizing was completely ignored as the Pegasus flew in front of the fashionista. But Rarity, I modeled those dresses for you and everything. I need that win for a part of my new routine. Rainbow struck a pleasing pose, hoping to play off her friend's sense of dramatics. Please, come watch me. No pony else's opinion would have years of experience behind it like yours. That is to say, Rainbow, the unicorn bit her lip, and Rainbow Dash had to suppress a smile as her tactic worked its magic. Without warning, the boutique owner sighed. Oh, I suppose I shall accompany you on this little soiree of yours tomorrow, if I must. Ah, yeah. Thanks, Rarity. You won't regret it. Yeah, she won't regret it, but I will. A cold wind blew through the room as the door was open, allowing a strange-looking nurse to step into the room and place a tray of food down on the table. You guys do not know how much I read this part over and over again. I have been trying to read this story, and reading it in this type of voice is just phenomenally crazy because I'm just reading it swiftly without any problems. I am just so happy. Back to the story. Rainbow didn't turn as the sound of the most hospital workers came from behind her, where her friend lay incapability as the smell of substance made its way over to her, and sickening scents curled around her nose and making her eyes water. She decided to break the silence. I'm not going to eat it. You might as well take it back. She tossed her head heavily as the mare behind her gasped. Why not, Rainbow Dash? When the paramedic pony didn't respond, the nurse walked closer and laid a hoof on her shoulder, which was then promptly knocked away. You need to keep up your strength. If she doesn't eat, neither do I. That seemed to take the words away from any argument the pony could put up, disarming her to the point of the incredulent silence. After a few seconds that seemed to stretch on for ages, she turned her head back and glanced at the nurse out of the corner of her eye. Could you please take it back? From her limited viewpoint, she saw the stunned earth pony nod and turn away without a further word. The smell of food soon faded from distance, as did the sound of the mare's hooves in the hallway. She looked at the door and sighed sadly. Thanks. Let me do that better. Thanks. Nah, that would be good enough. She walked away from the window and stepped over to where Rarity lay. There was a small furrow in her brow. There was a small furrow in her brow as she muttered incompetently against the bandages. What? Trailed incompetently against the brushes. My bad. I thought I read it wrong. They were unwrapped against her jaw and mouth. Her sighing hoof brushed through the soft hair again, trembling softly as the sobs worked their way back up into her heart. So sorry, Rarity. Let me drink water. That was terrible. Oh, water helps out so much. Back to reading. There she sat, running her hoof over her friend's mare again, and again, and again. Her body racked with silent sobs as her tears shimmered like crystal in the silver light of the moon that soon gave way to the black emptiness of a dreamless sleep. That could have used a comma somewhere. The sun's rays wound their way into the room through the clear glass of the window, eventually clawing over the cyan Pegasus' face and rousing from her rest. She stretched and snuggled her head against the sheets. Just 5 more minutes. She rolled over and promptly fell from the previous perch on the hospital chair. Her yell of pain was wasted against the walls of the room, the white walls staring down at her with unseen eyes. Ow! That hurt. She stood up and rubbed a hoof against her flank, where it had smashed into the floor. That flank. The smell of food drafted up to her nose, coming from a tray of food that lay steaming on the small table. I thought I told her to take it with her. That was terrible. Let me do that again. I thought I told her to take it with her. She stood up and walked over to the meal, but she saw as a mockery to her friend's situation. I told you that I eat. I told you that I eat when Rarity can eat. She silenced herself as she picked up a small hoof-rooted note that was stuck to the coffee cup. You said to take the food with me, but you didn't tell me I couldn't bring more. Rainbow read aloud in her usual fashion of reading. Pish, beggars. She really wants me to eat, huh? She winced as her stomach grumbled loudly, indicating that she really wanted to eat as well. She pushed the table over to the other side of the room and hoped that the distance would cancel out the saliva-inducing scents that surrounded the air. And let me check if... yeah, that should be the end of chapter 2. Hopefully... sorry about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as... damn. As much as I did. Oh, come on. Nah, how's that carbonated? It's water, for crying out loud. Boppy, how you doing? Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, that like button. Always like a good like. And more videos should be coming out in the future. Or promptly right now. Yeah, whatever. Here's Burrow Hoof. Boop. And now, see you guys later. Bye. Thank you, PewDiePie. You're awesome. Check out PewDiePie.